So Dan, I've heard you say that you believe that you'll beat Geelong. Can you just give us a bit of an idea as to why you think that and how you'll need to go about it to beat them?
What they don't have, I think, is the quality of some of my players. They don't have the psychological drive we have. We've beaten Geelong when it matters. I've never been electric.
No.
No.
I think I know. It's Parand end of Chapel Street.
Don't act like
Don't give me a...
apparently.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, apparently. So that's his hobby. I don't know if we picked this up before, but you have no hobbies. You're no hobby Ollie.
Yeah, hobby Gill.
Yeah. No hobby Gil.
No hobby Gill.
So you have zero hobbies, like mine's golf.
Okay,
I think that's one that I like.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually fear for the moment that conversation ever comes up. Like, you know, back when you might be at school or first job, tell us something about you. I feel like I've got good stories.
You have great stories that you haven't told to anyone.
No, but like hobby-wise, I just don't think I've got one. Like, I've got a PlayStation. I don't love to play that too much.
No.
It's just hanging out with friends and family. I was genuinely thinking on the weekend, because I did paintball targets, I was thinking about taking up clay pigeon shooting.
That would be cool.
And like really getting into it. And then I genuinely think 6 years get into the Olympics.
I mean, we saw what was he? I don't want to say Russian. Don't know if that's still topical, but the Ukrainian guy. And he sat there with his hand in his pocket on the side.
Yeah.
That guy, that could be you at the next Olympics.
Well, I just think it would be a good thing to do. It's like that or sewing. It's like I'm going to do one of the two.
There is. I mean, you and Gout could represent this country.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay, no hobby. You need to find a hobby.
Yeah, I need to find something, because it really, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but it's honestly, it's going to the pub and watching the footy. Like, they're the things that get me through the week.
But is that a hobby? Can we consider that a hobby? Like, what? Maybe a hobby is I just like going to the pub, watching football, and just drinking beers. Like that could be like someone's hobby.
Well, it's the thing I look forward to.
I enjoy it too.
Like by the end of the week, that and like going to the pub and going to trivia nights, things like that.
I'm a big just like go to happy hour on Thursdays from 4 to 6 and just drink so many beers, then go home and act like it never happened. Like sit there with a slight buzz going, now I could carry on here. Got a family. It's Thursday. I'm just watching football. But just feeling that buzz.
Definitely had a 5:30 palmy.
Yeah.
And you come and go, I could have a little bit, but I'm actually not that hungry.
And then Anna's like, so how was the pub? And you were trying to play like it was just like, it was fine. It was whatever. But really like, it was honestly the best 2 hours of my life. I drank so many pots.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a hobby.
Okay.
I think it's
going to the pub with your friends is a hobby.
The healthiest hobby.
Maybe it's a new thing when you're out at the pub with your friends, you just, put up a story going, this is my hobby. Here I am.
Do you reckon?
What a weird way to start an ep.
And just before what's your hobby, Electric?
I would say pretty similar to yours, but I think it's more probably well balanced. It's like a lifestyle sort of thing, going to the pub.
Yeah.
I think it's a hobby. I think it's a lifestyle.
Your hobby's
more
like
well balanced, you reckon?
setting your range on Hinge to within anywhere between 5 to 20. No, he doesn't. He's not on Hinge. He's not on the apps. He's just on
Field.
Raya. Is Raya the business one?
I don't know.
Fair enough. Just on PlayStation, impulse purchase up there. May have bought us a PS5.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I don't know why I did that. I was on TikTok. I was actually on the toilet, and you know how you go down a rabbit hole?
Yep.
When you're releasing the hole, you go
down another hole. Yeah.
So, okay, Ash, I was like, okay, all this GTA 6 stuff came and hit me. And I was like, well, I'm just not going to sit here when everyone's playing GTA 6 when it comes out and then be late to the party. So I'll be prepared.
Brilliant.
And we got a PS5.
And also AFL Live's coming out, the new one.
That's going to suck ass.
Well,
that game stinks.
Yeah.
I saw that. Remember all the commentary around the last game where it was just like the bench was in the middle of the field and the players were running through the bench and stuff. That's not good.
It was cool though. You could play, I think from memory, the last one I played, you could do under 18s and then get drafted. That was pretty cool.
Wow. I could live out my
It's
dream
like I played
again.
for the Tasmanian Mariners.
How many games you play for the Mariners though?
I think I played like 5.
And then you get drafted.
And then you get drafted. I think I got drafted to Brisbane.
But those career modes, they're never set up for you to actually be pick number 1. Like even with 2K, like you'll never, like, you know how hard it is to be pick number 1?
That is true.
So the story is always I'm an underdog who was a late pick and now look at me shine.
Yeah.
Vengeance story.
Yeah, those games could be better, but we'll definitely play it.
Do you reckon you could do your knee in career mode?
Oh, I know I could.
You definitely could. Your
Definitely
character
Yeah.
does an E or curfew. Speaking of. Noah Bolter. Let's get into this. So he's been sentenced. Guy, obviously, we know the story. He bashed someone in a car park over a slice of pizza. Allegedly went in there to Ricky D's, I think it was. Said, listen, I'm hungry. I've been at the pub all day. would love me some ham and pineapple. Some guy in front of him took it, allegedly, and then it was on for young and old. Alleged. We saw the vision, absolutely gross. And the court just did what the AFL refused to do, hand down a punishment. So can confirm he's not going to jail,
Okay.
which is big. Instead, he gets an 18-month community corrections order. Now, is that like community service?
I believe so.
So picking up trash on Punt Road?
Well, community correction would suggest to me that there would be similar to like an AA, but for that. So it's actually facilitating a correction in your personality.
Hi, Noah. Like, my name's Noah. Welcome, Noah.
Yeah. Hi, Noah.
Yeah, what's your story? Well, Ricky Doo's
Yeah.
probably seen it, who I am. So, okay, so he's going to an AA for the next 18 months, a criminal conviction, and then a 3-month night curfew where he can't leave his house or have any alcohol between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Now, not a funny situation, but having a curfew and being grounded is the most hilarious thing I think I've ever seen. It's actually probably funnier than going to jail. Like,
For a
guy in his
professional
20s.
athlete.
Not funny at all, the situation.
No.
We've said it, like, we've covered this for the last 3 weeks.
Absolutely.
Not funny, but giving him a child punishment is so fucking funny. Curfew. So just can't be out at night. And the big thing, obviously, is like, well, he's got night games. That's what he does. He's a footy player. I think the court just definitely knew that he's a football player, obviously, and that giving him a 10 p.m. curfew means he can't play night games.
I think it only generally, though, I think it is a bit of, I feel like the curfew would have been funnier if it was twilight because Richmond aren't going to be playing. I think it only
No,
affects
not
maybe like
prime
3
time.
games.
They're not prime time.
Yeah.
So it was just, when it came out, I think everyone was like, obviously got punished, great, but the curfew thing got everyone's attention. So he can't travel, it says here, because of his curfew, and he has to be in his own home. So now I think Richmond fans were trying to find loopholes. I think a lot of fans were either, I don't know if they were going to Airbnb their places around the MCG to him. So maybe if you could play at the MCG, 3/4 time, duck off and run home.
Sure.
Or there was another one going around that maybe he was going to legally change his home address to the MCG. So he could play the games and then just go sleep in the change rooms.
Sure.
Or something like that. But that's where, yeah, I mean, it's just, I could change to Marvel as well, I guess. His address.
That's true.
To try and beat it. So I do hope that, because we've seen it before with Uze, that he is going to pick him, regardless of all the noise and everyone saying don't do it. So will there be a point, and I hope it does, just because it'd be so funny that he does pick him, and then at 3/4 time, they have to sub him off. So he goes home and has to think about his actions.
That is unforeseen territory that we'd be dealing with if that happened.
Imagine that. Just like, down the boundary line there, Daisy, what's happening again? Noah's been subbed off. He's just his Uber's outside about 10 minutes, so he'll be out of here. No injury, just curfew.
And often it does. Am I right in saying there is at least a graphic that pops up that says substituted and then possibly reason? Like injured.
He would just say brackets curfew.
Brackets curfew.
No curfew. And I've been big on bringing the 5-minute warning back. I want that back purely for the purpose of Noah Bolter of like 5-minute warning till he has to be home.
This is how long he's got.
And we track him in some kind of graphic that Fox 47 could do. So
look, if he's not going to have much more of a serious punishment, maybe it is just like we got to do whatever we can to humiliate the situation. Do you know what I mean?
The cherry on top of this would have been like a full ankle bracelet.
Correct.
And you see it through his footy sock.
Correct.
That would have been a little perfect little cherry on this humour curfew pie. But we didn't get that. So he can't play tonight because he's grounded. The other games he can't play in at the moment, we know that the schedule gets released later in the year. Why? That's another argument. I'm opening that can of worms. So he can't play round 11 against Essendon. That's a 7:30 start here at the G, I think. Round 12 against the Giants in Sydney. 4:15 game in Sydney. So he can't, I mean, it'd be tight. He can't
If he got
play
subbed
it.
off,
Gets subbed off, takes an early flight.
a 7 o'clock flight.
And makes it home for bedtime. Maybe.
Risky,
So let's just say that's going to be
Asterisk
that one. And then the rest that we know is a floating fixture. So we'll see how many games he can play. But just the whole thing, like now it's coming to an end. It's still crazy that we learned that if you're an AFL player and you just king hit someone, it's just going to cost you $3,000 and you have to be home before dark.
For 3 months.
For 3 months. So he's back in off-season.
I initially thought that it was for the full 18 months of his community corrections
just for 3
order,
months.
but there you go.
Well, I mean, definitely now looking back on it, I think Richmond deciding that to not sentence him and then play him made it way worse for him in front of the judge. Be like, okay, well, you're clearly just taking the piss out of this whole situation now.
Yeah, correct.
So I'm going to punish you with giving you a curfew. And then the club said, oh, yeah, we were actually really shocked that he got a curfew. We didn't see that sentence coming. I was like, oh, well, okay, fair enough. Like, there's going to be some kind of punishment.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's so funny. They did hold a press today, the club, Adam Uze, talking to him, and they asked literally probably out of the 15 questions, how many you asked about Bolter, do you reckon?
I'm going to say it's got to be 13 and
Yeah,
above.
15.
Yeah, right. There
All
you
of
go.
them, all of them. And then the media manager and Uze got really pissed off.
Well,
I said, stop asking shit about. No, I've answered 15 questions. I've done it for 3 days in a row. Let's just relax on this thing.
with all due respect, though, what other story? Like, it's the
But
story.
we're not talking about you guys doing anything on field.
Yeah,
Because that's not going to be the story here. We're talking about the guys who got a hilarious curfew.
yeah.
So he's grounded. Now we'll see what to work out what other stuff he's lost. Like, can he see his friends? Can he text them? We're not sure what kind of punches are handed down. But we do know that the guy that he hit got paid 45K.
Right.
So the media asked him, Uze, in the press conference, hey, did the club pay for that? Or like, who paid for the 45K settlement? Got angry at that one. Didn't like that one.
Well, how did he answer it?
Angrily, he said, let's stop talking about this. I've answered the questions. Then the media lady was like, hey, you guys got to calm down or he's out of here.
So
And then
the-
just ripped him out.
So,
The club probably played it. Someone paid it. The guy got 45K. So that's where it's at. And then also, I mean, the Tigers injury list got updated because of it. It gets updated every Tuesday.
okay.
Obviously, Bolter's now on it. The whole curfew thing is so funny again, but then seeing Bolter on the injury list out with curfew, hilarious. Like, that's not an injury.
No.
That's just a rule that he has in his life. Like, that's not, there's ACL,
No,
like
correct.
hamstrings. That's curfew isn't an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Like, now, but a lot of comments on our posts are very funny. Like, hopefully he sees a good physio for this curfew injury. I've had a curfew injury before. It's been, it's hard to come back from. So are they going to do that the whole season
I think-
when he's in and out of the team?
If you don't, what do you change it to?
Bolter out grounded.
Yeah, like, you just have to keep it consistent, don't you?
Again, being 25 at a curfew is so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't even imagine. Like, remember when you were grounded as well? Being grounded was the
Can't
worst.
say I was ever grounded.
Well, yeah.
No, I was a pretty
Oh.
good kid.
Really? No grounding?
No.
Man, being grounded was horrible. You had to sit in your room and just think about everything that you'd done.
When you were grounded, was it to the house or to the room?
To
Like,
the
go to
room.
school, then come back and go to your room.
To the room, but I had COD in there, so I was just on my friends.
Oh, well,
So it wasn't like I was grounded. It was like a reward.
that doesn't sound too bad.
So, all right, well, not well done at all, Noel Bolter. I was about to say that. No, you deserve a curfew, and that's where it's at.
Yep.
Colin Nash sent straight to the tribunal, which normally means you're cooked.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be more than 3 weeks. Thinking 4 for this one?
Well, we guessed on Tuesday it was 5,
We went
potentially
heavy.
5.
We went, yeah.
But you added it up perfectly. The maths didn't lie.
No.
Concussion, off the ball wasn't a footy action, and deliberate?
Deliberate.
Was that the third
Yeah.
nail?
So, yeah. So the time you hear this, it'll come out tonight. I think it's 4.
Yep.
Which
Okay.
is probably deserved. A lot of talk outside this now that we saw this was that old man media are saying bring in the red cards.
Well,
Are we big? Oh,
so
we
who
got-
said that? Lee Matthews said that, I
I mean,
believe?
Lee talking about red cards is literally the worst person to be speaking about bringing in red cards. He would have played 3 games
That's true.
if they had brought that in for him. So Lee spearheaded it, but it's caught wind.
The only thing that I don't like about it is in soccer when it happens and it's not justified, it obviously affects the rest of the game pretty heavily. And then you can go back similar to a tribunal and go, hey, definitely wasn't a red card. And they can rescind the punishment because in that then you miss
Again,
3 games or whatever. So, like, I don't mind the idea of at least letting the game play out and then you get your punishment. Because that would really... Imagine if, you go a split second, the umpire goes, red card, see you later, and that affects the game. But then when they watch it back, they go, I'm really sorry we got that wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of things here that I get nervous about. The umpires can't even get 15-metre distance right.
This is correct.
So now giving them the power to give a red card, it's like they've already got a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
On top of this now, which is just confusing everyone. And what if we know it's their track record, they're going to give a red card out, and then we'll watch a replay and be like, that is absolutely ridiculous.
I think the sin bin system probably suits us
That's
better.
another one that's coming in they're talking about.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes they're saying for
I
a
think
player.
that suits us our game better than a full red card.
If they did, do they reckon that the player that goes in the sin bin gets subbed out straight away?
Well, I don't think that's what happens in rugby, is it? Certainly
No.
in ice hockey, it's just a 5-10 minute timeout or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's local, isn't there? I swear there's red cards and yellow cards in local football.
There might- I
and
think
don't
there
get
might be,
used.
yeah.
So I guess they could do it given it is in the laws of the game.
Mm-hmm.
We just have never seen it really.
Yeah.
I've never seen a red card given in local football.
Imagine that first one.
First one would be mayhem. Absolutely mayhem. So I I'm trying to figure out. I'm on the fence about red cards. Do I like it or not? It's very much like, should we have names on the back of the Guernseys? Like, should we have this? Should we not have it?
It
It's gonna
affects the
look cool.
game more though. That didn't offend me in the slightest because
Names on Guernseys?
yeah, it's like
I think we should still bring that back.
yeah, I quite like it. but
I'm going to say that I don't like a red card because the rules are already confusing enough and we can't even officiate them. So adding another rule on here will just cause uproar.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that, well, even like are some players even going...
work yourself through it.
I don't know. I don't feel like people are going out there, players, to go and knock someone out as part of a team's game plan. Like, that doesn't happen in a long time. Maybe in a Wakeland grand final. Lynch got 10 weeks, then just retired.
Yeah, but it's clear that when they go to the tribunal, there's a category for deliberate. Like, you did something deliberately.
Yeah, but I'm saying Colin Nash wasn't told, hey, go to Brian Myers in the second quarter and just knock him into next year.
No, but I don't think that's how it works in other sports either. There's not really a game plan to slide tackle someone in their Achilles. But you got to have a
3 of those as well.
Yeah,
by the
there you
way.
go.
Okay, I'm going to say not now. Maybe if the umpires sort their shit out, then we can bring in a red card.
Like it.
I just think we've got a lot of fire already on the rules. We just need to maybe put some water on it. But I think if we see more of this, then the AFL, we know they love a rule change. They'll bring it in a heartbeat.
That's true.
So that first one will be big. Really big. Out of that game as well, we've got 2 fines again. Bloody Baz. We're trying to help small businesses, trying to help them survive. What does he go and do? After we drive down there, petrol money in this economy, that was expensive.
Coffee's on the way.
Coffee's on the way.
I think you got a sandwich.
I got a Sanger. I also got a protein ball. And then like we get $1,000 out in the novelty check was
So there's the $1,000, then there's the check.
The size of the check, that's big. And what does he do? He says, thanks for the money. Guess what? I'm going to get 2 more fines. Flip the bird again. He just loves giving people the bird.
Totally.
Love that. So he's been fined $1,800 for that. And then he got another $1,800 for giving Jarman Impey the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought he found a loophole, and we thought he found a loophole, but no, you just can't do that to people.
No.
So now he owes $3,600. 2 weeks in a row, flipping the bird. Would love for him to go the trifecta. Just because, like, try and see if he can do
Nice
it. 3 in a
little
week's
hat-trick.
big. Hat-trick
Yeah.
would be good at birds.
Yeah.
Well, he's got, ooh. Blues, big game, loud house. That's bird territory.
It is bird territory, actually.
It's just a bit of a bad habit for him at the moment.
Oh, it's like, you can't help it almost.
It's like he's just a smoker.
Yeah.
That's his cigarette, giving
Yeah.
out a bird. He can't help it. Have you spoken to him since incident?
Yeah.
I actually have.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
did he say to you? Let's throw it back on you.
It's so defensive.
Let's throw it back on you.
He actually said love you.
Yeah, he says that.
No, he doesn't.
He
Don't act like he speaks to you. Well, I'm having dinner with him. He's coming to the house on Saturday night. To have pasta, pre-game.
Is he actually? Okay, well, that hurts.
No, he's not, but
No.
I can invite him. I can organise it. Who else is angry? Lockie Neal, he's angry. Man on a mission to stop trolls sending him messages. You see this? His
I
story
did.
last week after the game. I think it was Pies game. No, why not mine back? Why am I mine
Have your
back?
sentence back.
I don't know. To last Thursday, Friday morning, he wakes up angry, going, "Oh, these motherfuckers in my DMs sending me messages." Now I'm not sure what they were sending him. He came out and said maybe death threats. I don't know, but he wasn't happy at all. Put this story up. It was a photo of him, then a caption: "People hiding behind keyboards to attack players are the biggest stain on society."
Mm-hmm.
It's getting beyond a joke now. The things I've seen are some of the most horrific messages I've ever seen. It's a game of football. Grow the fuck up. Cowards, put your face and name to your words.
Now, not the first time I think he's done
Not
this.
happy. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Second offence.
I seem to remember. I'm with him, though. It's,
Yeah, I mean, if anyone knows about angry messages,
Yeah.
you're looking at the poster boy for angry messages.
Yeah.
I'm like a big sponge to him. So he said that his suggestion was that he thinks that you have to scan your face to get a social media account.
love it.
That just would never work.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Great footballer, but that's just like,
You don't reckon?
it should be so illegal.
I don't reckon.
Can't collect people's, like, just their identity.
Pretty sure you still have to do like license or like ID for certain. I'm pretty sure.
Nah. Give me the thing of green ID.
Right.
This
Okay.
is just your name and address, no photos.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so he's not happy. Not happy. Gets around a lot. Player messages. I mean, you got to be really angry to message a player death threat. Like, I get people angry at us all the time for what we do on the weekend, but to be like, hey, I hope you fucking die, that's like a lot. That's a lot. So maybe we stopped. Let's just calm down the death threats, maybe.
Copped a funny one in the comments after.
I love a good message.
Oh yeah.
Good angry message.
When you posted after the Saints game about Bontempelli.
Yeah.
And you said Ollie Gill welfare check. Someone just responded under it. He's a freak.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, wow.
I haven't even done.
I just love the emotion of when someone's so angry after a game and they just like go, oh, my finger's going to get busy here. I'm going to abuse the shit out of someone.
It happens more than it doesn't.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I'm all about it.
At least someone's enjoying it.
No, but I'm enjoying if I'm the sounding board for it, just attack me. Just go your hardest at me. Hey, big round of football. ANZAC Day round. Big round.
Huge
Pay our
round.
respects to servicemen and women who have served, who are serving. Just a big, we respect everything they've done. We appreciate that they've given us our freedom. So we're going to do our picks right now. Starting off, what?
I like that.
What?
So then we're going to do our picks.
Well, I was going to compare war and football,
yeah.
and then I was like, not the same thing, but our teams do go to war.
That is true.
Against each other.
That is very true.
So, Thursday night.
Yep.
Starting off here at the Loud House, Matt Hill Thursdays. Now, what looked like was going to be a genuine nap game a week ago, now maybe it's a game we tune in for. Melbourne, Richmond, D's 4-goal favourites. Both teams, I feel, are very fun and dangerous at the moment. Dangerous
Absolutely.
themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got D's who are feeling good after last week. Big win, needed it. Beat Freo, good in the hot seat. Stephen May, we're thinking he's back. Electric's actually going to the game.
That's big.
Which is massive. Hasn't been to a game all year. Has been watching the 2021 season alongside the current season just to feel good about life. So he's going to be back there. Lot of good feeling about this camp in Melbourne. They're
It's
feeling
about
really
time.
good. So good that Track's given the boys an inspirational speech. Now, we spoke about it last ep.
Yep.
We somehow, I don't know how we've done this, but someone, one of our sources inside the rooms, has sent us what he said to the boys.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Guys, coach is right. If you want to win this, it's on us. Shut the fuck up.
That's inspiring. I think that was like Gordy and Clary at the back end of it, just saying calm down a bit. So that's big. Now, Christian Salem did come out and say, I don't think that happened. I wasn't there, or maybe I was in a different room. So for Christian, can we just play what Track said again?
Just for his
Yes,
sake.
so he missed it. After a huge win.
Guys, coach is right. If you want to win this, it's on us. Shut the fuck up.
So the boys getting around Track there. They're excited about what he's
Oh,
doing and where they're
loving
going. A lot of people also said about this story that Track and Melbourne leaked it to try and give them some good press.
Interesting.
Because obviously the brand hasn't been going so well. The
Yeah.
cash converters ads are still going. The Colgate ads
Colgate's
are
are
still
getting a real run.
going. So they said maybe they released this to give, the brand and the club a bit of a good, feel-good energy.
I know we've talked about that so much, but just one more time, Dan. It is still beyond me
Yeah.
that they said yes to that. It
That's-
came on the other day, and I just went, at least could there not have been like a hero storyline for
different
him
cut.
as well?
Yeah, a different cut.
Like, could there be two versions
Can
of
I have
the ad?
something else? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I take the mark.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Not just...
That one and the cash converters ad that are getting around at the moment. I think Bont's in one I saw maybe on the weekend. It's just like, I'm never going to see Bont in cash converters.
No.
If
Well-
anything, he'll be buying a cash converters.
I feel like Bont is the sort of guy to do it, though. He's a bit cool, you know what I mean? Like,
He is very cool. Think he dated my ex back in the day, which I've kind of found out during the week, which I actually rate. Same taste, him and I.
timeline?
I think like maybe crossed over towards the back end of me and her being together and then them maybe doing something.
Oh, dear.
Who knows? Great guy. Love him still. His cafe's in Collingwood.
Cool.
Well, Q or Collingwood.
Okay,
Close
different
together.
vibes.
Which is close to Collingwood, which the rumours now make sense.
Oh, I see.
Maybe he is going there, but we haven't been there yet. Maybe we should try and get out there. Oh, not going to make any promises that we can't keep, so we're not going to say that at all. But back to Melbourne. So Track, maybe the story got leaked. Did
Yep.
Track say that inspirational speech again? Can you play that again actually for one more
Yeah,
time? So I forgot
absolutely.
what was said.
Just in case.
What
we
Track
forgot.
said. What did he say again to the boys?
Guys, coach is right. If you want to win this, it's on us. Shut the fuck up.
Yep. So after he said that, everyone's like, did they leak this? What's going on? And then the AFL, the back of the AFLPA and investigation into Melbourne, him
Yep.
pulling out of it. AFLPA saying, what the hell's going on here? Why would you do this? We're so far down the path. Like, are you okay? Have you been paid out by the club? Are you okay? Like, blink twice if you need help kind of thing. So maybe they're all just trying to move forward and forget about all the bad things, like them almost killing him last year. Which was a slight oversight by them.
It's just
okay,
the whole thing that
just a
went
little
on.
thing. Jake Bowie also said that they play for Goody and they love playing for him, and they'll always ride for him. They'll die for him.
Really?
Clearly with
Well,
track.
clearly.
Yeah. Come on, guys. And Richmond, they were. Let's say they were amazing last week, weren't they?
They were. They were
They
bloody
were
good.
really good. They played some good football. No one saw it coming. They had a bad week in the press, but they put that aside and had a great win over undefeated Suns. In saying that, I truly believe in the footy gods.
Of course.
And I think the football gods will punish Richmond for the way they've even gone about the whole Bolton situation, the way they've come out in the press about it, the punishment or lack of. And I think that the football gods will punish them for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Bolton's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, he's got curfew, he's grounded. We don't know if he's got TV privileges or if he's got a phone. So we'll see if he's able to watch the game. So I'm going to go D's, and I think D's are going to thump him.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go D's by at least 5 goals.
I like it. I will go D's too. So do you foresee this being the change of the arc a little bit? Like,
I think Richmond all season are going to give you something really good and really bad. There's going to be no consistency there.
yeah, okay.
And I think maybe for D's, that what you're talking about.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
for
D's,
D's,
I think
this is the
D's
moment.
I think it's a feel-good situation.
Yep.
Track with the inspirational speech.
Yep.
I think maybe this is a time where they come together and do it for coach.
Yeah,
So give me D's.
like it.
Who you going?
Yeah, I've got D's as well.
Cool. Also, just side note, I love Maurice Rioli.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been liking some of the Bolton stuff that we put up there.
Has he really?
Just a guy that loves jokes. Just a guy that loves jokes. So a big fan of him, so I'm all in on him. Then we go to Anzac Day. This is just massive. How good is this day when you sit down on the couch or you go to your morning service?
Yes.
Which you should go to.
Yeah. Put the pressure on.
Electric.
You better be
You
going.
should be going to that. So
Oh, he'll go straight from.
electric.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
true. Yeah, actually, that is true for me. Oh, yeah, Thursday night game into electric, into dawn service.
Perfect.
Jeez, back in the Loud House. Big by you, electric. So 2 teams hate each other's guts. 90,000 back at the Loud House. Collingwood, Essendon, Pies, 26.5 point favourites. How good is the pre-game stuff here?
So good. Now,
Love
I've
it.
never been.
Oh,
Would you
mate.
say best home and away fixture?
Yep.
Outside of,
Yep.
a fluke,
Yep.
storyline
Just the
game.
whole, like,
Yeah.
the service they do, the last post, the national anthem. Like, you respect the brave men and women. And then when that siren goes... Man, if you don't want to run through a brick wall
Yeah.
after paying your respect, just remembering, and then the energy, go see a doctor because you might not be living.
Yeah.
That siren going just is absolute peak football.
Love it.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for this. So the Pies are hot. And they're coming in hot. Dan Houston is back from jail. Tim Membry might be back. Dusty Moore's out, got an ear issue.
Oh.
Got kneed in the ear last week.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if he's lost his hearing or anything, but he's out.
I tell you what, if he's just got a bit of an ear issue, he got away with that one because it looked terrible on screen.
I think he definitely has concussion. Like he was
Yeah.
sick on Monday. I think he's got like a delayed onset concussion.
It looked bad.
Yeah, so he's out. Also, Jack Chris ties Jim Signs for most consecutive games played, 243. That is
Yeah. On Anzac
congrats
Day too.
on Anzac Day. Congrats. That's a big effort. So he'll be running around there. I mean, I don't want to say this. Actually, I'm not going to say he's due for an injury because that would be horrible. He's absolutely not. His body's perfect. And the Bombers are Swiss cheese at the moment.
Yeah.
They've got holes all over the joint. Draper out, Bryan out. So it looks like old gold. Come on down, big boy. Where's that hat that I need to eat? Are we
What?
going to eat the hat?
It needs to be a Bombers one.
I mean, he's still got to get through main training.
That's
I don't want to put a curse on anyone, but I'm just saying he does have to do a main training session,
He does, absolutely.
which would be, it's been. So
Fantastic.
we'll wait and see this. Laverty was also supposed to come back
Okay.
into the team, but he decided to headbutt someone in the VFL. So he's going to miss as well. A bad time for the Bombers to cop the Pies. Really bad timing. Swiss cheese, holes everywhere. Pies are hot. I think that this will be an absolute bloodbath. This isn't good. Ben Mackay, his head might generally pop off trying to keep up with the Pies forwards. So I think Pies are going to beat the absolute shit out of them.
Yeah. I can't figure it out. The only thing I can say is that it's Anzac Day. And maybe.
True.
Other than that, it's got to be Collingwood.
Yeah, it does. All signs lead to the Pies just winning this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, then straight after this game, another Friday night game. Okay, double header. Oh, excuse me, Fremantle, you guys lost? What are you guys doing here on a Friday night? Up against the Crows in Perth. Crows 1.5 point favourites. What are Freo doing? You decide to rise from the dead? You saw Bot last week and said, you know what, we're sick of this graveyard. We're alive again. Give us some primetime football. This is weird to see them on a Friday It's like almost the equivalent of them going to a different time zone.
Yeah, well, we will be. I think the weirdest thing here is that it's not a away game for them on a Friday.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's at
so it's
home.
at 8:10 for Eastern time.
That's a midnight finish.
That's late.
That's late. So, okay, this is really weird to see them on Friday night. I'm trying to wrap my head around seeing them play football on Friday night, but that's okay. Anyway, lots of positivity coming out of Adelaide about their football team. They're up and about, the Crows.
Yeah, rightly
Good
so.
feels out of there. Josh Rochelle might be back, so I'm liking the vibe. There was a little wobble there against the Suns, and they lost to someone else, Geelong. So I think that we feel. I don't know how they travel. Have they traveled? They traveled the Sun. Yeah, traveled the Gold Coast and lost by a point.
Mm-hmm.
So the big trip to Perth, and again they'll be confused, being like, "Wow, this is just weird for us now.
Yeah.
We're used to prime time,
It's
but we're
throwing
not used
us
to seeing
out.
you in prime time." So I'm feeling good about what they're doing at the moment. For Freo, last week was a disaster. Just the most vanilla, boring game of all time. Don't know how they did that, but they managed to lose to Melbourne. So they're back home now, back here in their own beds after 2 weeks away. Alex Pearce ran into Sean Darcy. Now he's a test and a race against the clock to play the game. Okay. Sean Darcy's a big son of a bitch.
He'd be right up there with people I wouldn't want to run into.
Yeah. Him and Kane Corns and Dark Alley.
Exactly. Oh, well, yeah, that would be
Are you guys
worse.
all right?
I thought you got a bit emotional then.
No, I had a ball break.
Okay. I think so. I mean, I think he's,
Yeah.
lost interest.
I think he's done playing.
I think it's, time has passed.
Okay. So I'm really confused by Freo, as I think I have been for the last couple of years. I have no idea what they are. The game is a complete roll of the dice. Adelaide, and I do remember now that Adelaide played literally in the worst game I've ever seen in my life.
Two teams coming off some fairly average games.
This could be a stink fest. It'll either be a really good game or a genuine, like, it's so late, guys. It's like midnight, it's half time, let's go to bed. What do you think?
I'm tempted by Freo.
Oh, they've burned us so many times before.
That's true.
Freo fans, see, it's like you've been hurt by them so many times. Why do you keep going back to it?
I feel like I can go back to them one more time.
I'm done with them. I'm going Crows.
Okay.
Crows travelling. I think if they do this, a good test for them.
A great
good
test
travel
for them.
test.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm going Crows in this one. Then we've got a Saturday. Super Saturday here. These games look a bit yuck. The first one, which is your day, it's a huge day for you. I know
It
you're
is
up
my
about
day,
this.
yeah.
On paper, just aesthetically, when you see the two, the rebrand's cool by the Saints, but you see these two at the Dome, you go, chopsticks in the eyes, vomit down the front of my belly.
Okay.
Saints host Brisbane, back in the Dome. Lions 2-goal favourites. Big day for you. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Early rehearsal on the Saturday.
Yeah.
So that'll-
really?
Yeah, get
Just
in
go
for
through
that.
the formalities?
Go through the formalities.
So you'll be on our screens?
I believe so. There needs to be confirmation from Fox, but I believe that's very much the plan. I got a little bit upset in the email though, because then they sort of had to remind me that it was like I had to be quite serious.
Did you tell them that's not your vibe?
I was like, well, no, I'm a very versatile performer, Dan.
But did you run them through your pre-game play intros? Give him a big round of applause. Give him lots of money. We want him to stay. Nasiah Waganee-Miller.
I think they're good for that.
Okay.
But it's the
No
ANZAC
jokes.
stuff before.
It's a no-joke zone for you.
That's totally fine.
It's a no-joke zone.
No,
So
oh,
very
God, no.
change of gears for you.
Hair
because
up
you
kind
like,
of thing. Shave.
You should shave everything. I think you should go full body wax, pubes and all, get yourself in serious mode, and don't play around.
I think I'll shave the face.
Okay.
I don't think I'll need to do everything.
I think you should go full body shave. Just to show that you mean business. Okay, so you're going to be very serious here.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Anything here that's throwing you off in the run sheet, like when they say, you got to do, obviously there'll be some kind of formalities, ANZAC formalities as well.
That will throw me
Anything-
off a little bit.
Yeah.
Just it's different.
Have you learned it? Or are you going to go
I
straight
haven't got
to
it
script?
yet.
Late to get it.
You know?
You wouldn't want to
But
fuck it up either.
Lectern, though.
You
Thank
wouldn't want to
mate.
mess this up.
No, well, I won't.
Resume game for you for future work, honestly,
That's true.
with the league.
I mean, I am squeezing this ball quite
Yeah.
hard, I've just realised.
So the issue for me here is that we're back in chopsticks takeaway Chinese territory, and all Chinese takeaway stores are just shaking in their boots because they know that this could turn into a chopstick shortage given how things are going at the
One
moment.
game, mate.
So I know, but just off last week, they've definitely back ordered chopsticks. So
Hey, Anzac Day or Anzac Guernsey they'll
That's
be
big.
wearing, which looks unbelievable.
it does look good. There's a few good ones going across the league.
So
this
keep that in
round.
mind.
That's great. So we know where you guys are at. There is a fraud question mark over Brisbane as well. Didn't look very Brisbane-y last week. Zorko and Fags arguing on the bench.
Yep,
If you saw that.
I did.
Things didn't go to plan. I just don't know if they can score. I know there's been wallpaper over the cracks. They've been scoring. They've been winning. But I'm still got a little bit of an asterisk on, hey, who's kicking the goals up here? Because I'm not really sure. And then you go, so they're 4-1, question marks, arguments against you guys who are up by 17 and they lost by 71.
One bad game, though.
You know what? In absolutely bizarre scenes, I think this is a trap game for Brisbane, and I think Saints win. I just got a feeling that Ross is going to tell some war stories. Go down like real Mick Malthouse kind of vibe territory, and the boys will be like, you know what? Let's fucking ride, Ross.
I still think we're riding very much on the high of... I don't think it is a trap game. I think that Brisbane are probably a better team for sure. But I don't think one really bad game writes us off. I still think the fact that we've gone to Adelaide Oval and beaten Port, smashed Richmond and beaten Geelong, I think that that's enough of a CV this early on in the season to go, you know what, it will be a tough game if St Kilda show up.
Okay, so do you want to say it's a write-off test?
If
you guys lose, then you can begin to start riding it?
I think against the reigning premiers, that feels harsh.
I'm writing you off if you lose.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing you do things. I'll be tuning in.
Thank you,
for
mate.
Sure,
I appreciate
for sure.
that.
I'll be seeing some messages as well.
Don't stuff it up.
You better not stuff it up. Then we go to Port Adelaide, who are hosting North at Adelaide Oval. To absolutely no one's surprise here, North are 37.5-point underdogs. Wow. North resemble a local footy team at the moment. I don't know. There's nothing good coming out of this camp at the moment, and the coaches have done a complete reversal of their situation. So Ken's seat at the start of the year was red hot, pretty much sitting in fire, and now it's cooled off completely. They still... they like him, but they do call for his head occasionally, as in all the time.
The signs are still being posted, yeah.
And then Clarko, we kind of felt like maybe it's the year that North rebuild and start doing some things, and his seat was cool, and now he's literally just sitting in the middle of a bonfire, going, everything's okay. It's not okay. They're a stingy team at the moment, and in the nicest way possible, I'm not sure if they'll win a game for the rest of the year.
Doesn't look likely, does it?
It looks
at this
horrible.
rate?
So, and also trying to embarrass me last week. Getting me down to the room. If you guys win,
not a
get front of
problem.
the rooms and sing Kangaroo, no worries.
Happy to.
If you guys win a game ever, I'll send myself to the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how bloody said Kangaroos. Yeah, less worrying about me and what I'm doing and maybe more focusing on what we're doing here. And then they put a graphic up of all their re-signings. I think it was like LDU, Sherry, Sheasel, whatever young 75 midfielders they have there, the Stars, and put up the caption, "Is the mass exodus in the room with us?" And then went out and lost by 82 points. So it could be.
Potentially.
It potentially might be moving into a bigger house. So they just have to focus on getting stuff right. Backline's a big one. Like just a leaky boat back there. It'd be so, if you're a forward, that you'd be going, how good's this? Really just make my case for a Coleman here against this backline. And then Port all the way back. I think we can say that. Tarps have been postponed. Keep them in storage for a bit.
I'll definitely order them. But
We'll dust them off.
Yeah.
For sure. But let's just, I think, instead of putting them on like we were supposed to in rounds 4, we'll just hold off for a little bit here.
Absolutely.
So 2 big wins. Now again, just an easy game here against North. So it's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
You would like to hope so.
But North did go there and compete against Adelaide.
I think that was their peak, though.
Clarko might have lost his powers. I think he might have lost his ability to wind the boys up. Just get a winch out and just say, let's wind ourselves up here and play some football. I think maybe, I don't know. I know Clarko doesn't have the same Clarko magic. It's really sad to see.
Well, I also was watching, bizarrely yesterday, clips of him when he was at Hawthorn, when he was really fired up, and he looked about 15. He was a young man.
He's getting on now.
Yeah, with a lot of bizarre tactics up his sleeve.
And the league has told him to calm down a lot. Obviously, the racism case that got settled, and he went through that for a year, took some time off, and then remember, the AFL told him to stop swearing at players, and stop insulting people on the bench. So he's lost that kind of ability to get himself in the mood and up and going off the back of a few things.
Yeah,
Port
has to be
so easily. Let's see if Port can put 4 quarters together and just make a real percentage booster here.
Yeah.
Then we move to prime time Saturday night in Canberra. Okay, we got some weird games being played in some weird slots here. I think AFL's lost their mind here. Manuka Oval. This is going to be a game. because we've got two teams that hate each other, Giants and the Dogs.
Love it.
Rivalry. You take a Tom Boyd, we'll take a Cal Ward.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. Final. So, going to be cold as shit and wet in Canberra. Giants 10.5-point favourites. That's weird because they only kicked 34 points last week. That's a weird thing to be 10.5-point favourites. So, we did learn, though, from last week that the team revolves literally around Jesse Hogan. So, thinking he might be back. They looked horrible last week. They could not score to save their life without him in the team. So hopefully when he comes back, they'll kick more than 34 points. And for the Dogs, I think we all had a great time watching the Dogs last week. They were fun. I mean, Ollie, you definitely didn't. But I had a great time watching the Bont do his thing out there. Sam Darcy being out hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Jamara, we don't know where Jamara is. I think he's... do you see him electric at all?
No.
Okay, so Ash hasn't seen him either, which is concerning. So this is tough. Just given it's in Canberra, I don't like aesthetically watching this game on TV.
Horrible conditions. It's 14 and rainy.
Gross. I feel like Giants maybe thrive in those conditions more.
Mm-hmm. And given the rivalry, you'd like to imagine it'll be scrappy and a bit sort of...
Yeah, I'd love for someone... Remember when the Hawthorn went there and took their shirts off? Or Clarko did?
Yeah,
In the
dude.
cold game? I'd love for Bevo or... Oh, Battle of the Rigs! We've got a Battle of the Biceps out there. Bevo and Kingsley, I'd love for one of them to wear... It's like almost a either shirt-off situation or who's got the tightest shirt.
Yeah.
To show each other who's got the biggest.
Training singlet.
Or, as a pre-game entertainment, just get two bench presses out there and just let them go head-to-head.
Now, if that doesn't do it for you...
Wow, Battle of the Buff. Okay, that changes everything for me. Give me... Who would I want in a fight? Bevo or Kingsley?
Is it street rules or in the ring rules?
Let's go street fight, scrap.
Bevo.
Or Bevo, yeah. Give me the Doggies then by 2 goals. Because I think Bevo is a scrapper.
I want to say the Giants, but shit, the Dogs were the best team in the world last week.
They always do this, though. Like, they always have periods in their seasons where it's like 2 or 3 weeks you go, this is amazing. Like, they have a sweet spot in their season.
Yeah, they do.
Where it's tough to have them. I mean, Bevo thing, one thing, but I think the Dogs are just coming into a good, like,
They definitely are.
beat the piss out of you guys.
Yeah, no, they were incredible.
You sat there and said, like, there's nothing we could do. They were just unbelievable.
But they also weren't, there wasn't a lot of, which I think is totally how you're supposed to play the game, but they didn't look, I don't know, like it wasn't, they weren't beating our players up. It was
an
very
open
by the
training.
ball. Yeah, it was just very slick.
Just circle
But
work,
I don't
wasn't it?
think that'll be the case against the Giants in Canberra.
No.
And so that for that, I think I'm going to have to go, if it's a scrappy, fists up occasion,
Yeah.
I'll go the Giants.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stick with the Dogs on that one. Then we move to Sunday up on the Gold Coast. Beautiful Gold Coast statue hasn't been erected yet up there, but that's okay. We'll work on that. Sydney going into the Gold Coast. Suns 12.5-point favourites. Now, both these teams got embarrassed last week. Suns probably more so, losing to Richmond. That was bad. Made their captain come out and make a statement after losing to him. Didn't think it was
never a
that
good
bad.
side.
Players also came out and said, yeah, Richmond wanted to beat us up and we got distracted by that. So I don't know if Swans will do the same thing, but they're back home and Gold Coast have Gold Coast games figured out.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good at home. Different team up there. I don't know what the weather's doing. I assume it's going to be
Let me have a
something
look for you.
wintry up there, like a 23 degrees.
Something
sunny.
wintry.
Yeah. That'll be the conditions up there.
What
say
day
so.
are we? Oh, mate.
What is it?
27 and sunny.
That's just, the Suns are just primed here to bounce back here because Sydney don't look like Sydney at all. Dean Cox being on the bench as well, just doing team huddles and throwing his head around into his hands. That's not a good look. I think we're going to see him probably up in the box.
Yeah.
Can't be doing what he was doing.
Out of the sun.
Out of the sun.
Yeah, no, they're not it. They look like they're training for the ballet. It didn't work at all.
No. If Aaron Francis plays a full game, he might kick 15. I thought he did.
Yeah, that's true.
He could. He looked unbelievable. Looked generally like Buddy Franklin. So a good test to see where these teams are at. Are GC legit? Are the Swans confirmed frauds? They're not on there, but they should be on there. So I'm going to go with the Suns because I just don't believe in anything that's coming out of Sydney right now.
No, I agree.
I don't feel good about them one bit. There's nothing about their game where I go, this is working.
I still think I'd feel like I couldn't trust them if this game was in Sydney. So why the hell would I trust it
Yeah.
up there? Like,
Yeah.
Suns.
Okay. Feel good. Let's go Suns. And then here we go. Are the Blues back on track or do we just beat the shit out of some local teams? Let's find out. Sunday, 3:20, Loud House. Cats, 11.5-point favourites. 6-day turnaround for Geelong.
That's true.
Old team, Danger's got arthritis in his knees, allegedly. I made that up just then. He doesn't. But I think Stanley might have a bad back. Some of the older players, 6-day turnarounds, singing in the car, Jeremy Cameron, traffic.
Yeah.
Ooh, not good for Catters. Not good. Another trip to the MCG, away from home. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but good vibe down there this week
There
with
is
the
a good
WSL
vibe.
on. Like, they would have been down at Bells.
I mean, they've done everything right this season. Like they couldn't have done anything more to be like, no, our hands right for a flag here. Catman is up and about now. He's hit my algorithm. Ooh, he eats a lot of cat food, that guy. It's a lot of cat food.
Just, you haven't thought of a forfeit for this week, have you?
For Catman?
No, for you?
Forfeit against them?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, I say it's every week, but after 2 weeks of us building and building and building, I couldn't be more confident that we shock the league and we beat the Cats here, and then we just propel ourselves into finals contention and potentially premiership contention again.
Jesus, they're just...
We ran wild last week. Blues forwards were up and about. There were players that I had no idea who they were, kicking 3 goals. Will White, where'd you come from?
Yeah, well,
like
that's
ya?
true.
That's fine. Oh, Jesse Motlop. Is that Cyril Rioli? I think it is. We've got Cyril Rioli in the forward line now. Oh, Harry's coming back because he had a sore head. Uh-oh. Whoever's down there. Tom Stewart can't read the ball right. Oh, that's right. We got a Charlie Curnow. Whatever other defenders down there with a headache. Geelong are in trouble. Wiedering does have another corky, for fuck. We're at a point with Wiedering where we start saying, hey, Weeders, maybe start wearing some like blocks on your thighs to stop getting corky. So here's touch and go. If we lose him, ooh, a little bit concerning. Still same result though. I feel good. Geelong Cats, yoga mats, hard hats, Carlton by 20 points. We are so back after this. Honestly, if you're telling me there's not a vibe here or a little bit of thinking in the back of your head where you go, actually, Dan, I think maybe you are right here, then you've got rocks in your head.
Oh, well,
Who have you got?
I've got the Cats.
You are such a hater. After all the support I give your shit club,
Like what?
I said that you guys will win. I continuously back
I
you guys.
think you
I
said-
say you've
No, you
got
don't.
cool Guernsey.
No, don't.
I hope the Saints fold.
I just think if you do win this, you're all the way back.
We will.
I get you there.
But we're all the way back.
Yeah, well,
So you're saying there's a world that like you don't think we can win this game?
absolutely.
Take that as you picking us.
And I think if we bring it all the way back to your comments about the Saints, if you say that if we don't win this weekend, then you write us all the way off,
Yep.
right? When we've beaten 2 very good sides and 1 very average side, you've beaten 2 terrible sides. So how can you look me in the eye and say that you're all the way back if you beat 1 good team that we've already beaten?
Mate, because we don't get blown out like your club. We stay in games. This is you guys. Oh, down by 10 points. Roll over. Who am I? Which football club am I, guys? Oh, we're down by 2 goals. Guess what? Roll over. We don't do that. You know what we say? Down by 10 points. Guess what? Keep going, but also going to sit up a little bit.
You've got to lean on you.
Yeah, we got to lean, but we don't say, hey, I'm not rolling over here. If you're comfortable there, let me get comfortable.
Okay.
And we come from that. I just feel like all the stars are aligning here. The season started so
Wiedering
poorly.
possibly out.
That's a small little detail.
Mackay not there.
All the stars are aligning here. We had some rough start of the season, but it's all going to be forgotten about. 3 wins in a row. You beat the Cats. If we beat the Cats, I will rain hell on socials to every person who attacked me about blue hair, Richmond Orange. You better take cover because I'll explode. Not like sexually, but I will. Well, I might.
Yeah.
Maybe I will explode.
We can't rule anything
Maybe
out.
that'll be the post-game video. Me just climaxing
It'll be
everywhere.
the last video, but it'll be a bloody good
It'll
one.
be the last one, but I always say, go out with an orgasm.
Yeah. Which reminds me, my new favourite page on Instagram, No Context DDF.
Yeah, whoever started that, that's actually very funny.
That's going straight on there.
hilarious. That's hilarious. So I feel like I got a little bit excited there about a game that's on Sunday, a few days away, but I feel really good.
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 I will go the Cats.
I didn't
But
mean about the Saints either. I hope they don't fold.
no, well,
So I got a little bit emotional then.
But I I wish you all the best,
Thank you.
and I will be going for Carlton
Okay.
because I really like your side, but I just don't think you'll
Sydney
be
Park. Okay, I'll get
possibly
that.
the best team at the moment, other than Collingwood.
Okay, well, we can tomato. And then we move to the graveyard. Oh, just
Lock him up.
oh, this is genuine. Just literally walking in a morgue, just thinking there's so many dead bodies here. Hawks, West Coast at Marvel. West Coast is just actually not even insulting them. It's flattering. West Coast are 10-goal underdogs here. It should be 20.
Mm-hmm.
Hawks are literally going to take all their anger out on West Coast over the last 2 weeks. This will be a genuine bloodbath. The Wiz has the Air Max boots, so he's going to be running wild. This is a real get-right game. Feel your boots. Let's feel good. Get this thing back on track against West Coast, who were good last week but have literally no idea how to win. Like, they may as well have a curfew as well when things go down by 10 goals, just getting the flight back and go to Perth.
I think my biggest concern here is the whole team need a curfew with Mitchell around. Coming into their hood.
Oh, this is big. And the thing
Mate.
about that, Oscar Allen, will he play?
Yeah.
Harley Reid. Oh, no.
Imagine that.
West Coast are going to lose the game and then potentially lose their 2 best players.
Unless it's a resume game for some of these guys.
Okay, so we're thinking it's a resume game for every Eagles player.
Yeah.
And it's a real, if Oscar Allen and Harley Reid play, they're on hotel curfew.
Yeah.
Didn't think about that. Yeah, okay. So,
It changes things.
massively. The game for Mitchell is the least of your concern. It's like, hey, where's my wife? Let's go see the boys for a coffee because we've got a job to do here. Sign them up. Okay, so Oscar Allen was managed. You think he plays, though, or not? And seriously, do you think he plays?
I think that looks far worse if you don't play him. That just adds so much fuel to the fire.
And Harley?
Yeah, he'll play. I don't think the Harley Mitchell thing was as bad.
I mean, if I'm Minnie, I'm absolutely no risk zone. I'm
Yeah.
not risking them being in the same vicinity, same venue.
Well, that's true.
Forget about it. Okay, watch that. I think the Hawks will just belt them. Hopefully, Guinea comes back, get himself back into form. The Hawks are better with Guinea in it, so I want him back. And I think the Hawks will generally win this game. I think there'll be 10 goals at halftime, and we're staring down the barrel of a 100-point win for the Hawks. Cool. Okay. All right, big round of football. Even bigger things happening on Sportsbet's feed. We start on Saturday. The Saints host the Lions. That's going to be an upset. That's in the round multi. Then Port have North. They'll win there. The Suns have Sydney on the Gold Coast, expecting them to win. Carlton back in business after we beat the Cats. That's in the round multi. And then in the graveyard, the Hawks, 56.5 points will go on the line against the West Coast Eagles. Then we move to the ANZAC Day same game multi. So we've got Zach Merritt to have 30 or more. Nick Dacos, who is on fire, to have 35 or more. Josh Dacos, his brother, lesser known, still good, 20 or more touches. Nick Martin, 20 or more. Bobby Hill, 2 or more goals. And Dan McStay, a goal anytime. Then we go to the game we're all waiting for, Carlton and Geelong. Same game multi. Bailey Smith, who's in massive form. Got to stop getting fines. 25 or more touches. Sammy Walsh back in form, 25 or more. Max Holmes to have 20 or more. Blake Acres on a wing, 20 or more. Corey Durden, Zach Williams, and Brad Close, anytime goal scorers. That is our bets for Sportsbet's feed. All on the feed. You can check it out. You can follow me, follow Ollie. You covering anything this weekend?
Absolutely. Premier League back in action. You know where to find me.
Yeah. Sportsbet's feed. Check it all out. Someone said I need to work on the outros. So what have we
There's
got
something
here?
in you that forgets, I don't know, that it's being, like, we've got the visuals as well.
Yeah.
And you definitely have had enough by the end.
No, I feel good. I feel like there's a lot of energy towards the end of this ep. So
Yeah, because it's about 30 minutes shorter than normal.
is it what, about an hour?
We're under an hour.
Great. Time to put a few things in. Hour. I feel good about this app. I feel good about the outro. So I just want to say to everyone, thanks for doing footy with us.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Be kind to each other.
Absolutely.
So it's a great weekend for football.
Yep.
And go forth and enjoy your football and do football with us.
Couldn't agree more.
We'll see you on Friday.
Well said, Dan.
Thank you. Fucking nailed that. Fuck you.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.